Hey guys, hello, we keep it dirty off-road, and today we're going to address one of my biggest nuisance, whatever that is, with Gen 1 Raptor, and that is the location of this sub box. Basically every F150, I think 2009 to 2014, had this sub box here under the seat, and I hate the location. It takes up way too much space. I want it behind the seat like on the Gen 2. Today's video, we're going to do a little experiment and get it behind the seat. 3 bolts hold this in place, 1, 2, 3, and then we're looking at an 8-inch sub back here, and I want to put this behind the seat. By the way, there's many options on how to do this, but the way we're going to do it is with another sub enclosure. Pause the intro here because we tried a couple options here in this video. We failed miserably. First solution works. It sounds great, but it doesn't quite fit. Seat doesn't work right.
How are we supposed to access the tools?
Shit. Second solution, it fit. We did a bunch of work to try to get it to work, but it doesn't sound as great. That sounds like shit. You're uneven.
Yeah, I am.
Bear with us. Check out the video, see if any of these sounds interesting to you. We did fail. Yes, we did fail, but we got our storage space back, and that's what matters. I went to my local stereo shops, went to a couple of them, trying to find something that would work. And for the most part, none of them had much, right? Because there's not that much space back there. There's only maybe about 5 inches of space back there, plus the bolts get in the way. And finding a box that allows you to put it back there and everything close up is not too easy. The option I'm gonna go with is getting a pre-made box. This is an Audison box. I'm gonna try to find this online somewhere so you guys can get it too. And it fits right behind the seat. So we're gonna figure out a way to get this in there and retain all the stock connections. We're just going to extend the connections so that we can keep that stock subwoofer. Now the other option is to do it with an amp, right? Get an amp, get a custom box, but the cost just gets way too high. Just the custom box alone is about $200 plus an amp plus all the extra wiring, and sometimes it doesn't always sound the best. I wanted to retain the stock subwoofer because I like the way this sounds. I think it actually does sound really good combined with the factory system. So I just want to relocate it and get the space back.
Oh, there it is.
It fell right out.
Why does it have 2 connections? Because it has 2 voice codes, I guess. Do you see that? 2 voice codes on there.
Maybe something finer.
It sticks out.
Yeah, we're gonna have to use this. Hopefully that gives it enough of a block. Hey, holes line up. It's gonna have a shock, but they line up. Let's see if it works with this one. Yeah, this grill's gotta come off. Let's see if this works. There it is. Hopefully that works good.
Spit on it. Guessing we don't need that?
No, that's innocent.
Innocent. It was innocent. Bullshit.
Come on, Dad.
Spit it through. Come on.
Do you not know where the hole is?
Spit it. Spit on it.
Do you want me to get the lotion? I almost want to make that hole bigger.
Whatever gets me inside the fastest.
Just get a drill. That'll be good enough for a test. The speaker just doesn't go all the way down. We're gonna need the spacer, which is gonna suck for making this soundproof. This is an experiment, so it'll do. Hopefully these are long enough. Those aren't long enough.
Are you gonna test it right now?
Let's go test it. Let's make sure this will actually work. Can I get something with some bass, bud?
Bass?
Bass! I need bass. There we go. It sounds weird. I think the voice codes are on the wrong side. Yeah. I'm guessing that these are in the wrong spot. We'll try it again.
How is it?
Sounds like shit. I think I know what's going on. So we're going to try this instead of that spacer because we're getting a lot of leaks through this. Basically just that window seal. We doubled it up and hopefully that gives us the height we need as well as the ability to secure it. We also drilled this a little bit better and that's going to give us a better seal too.
I think we're going to have to cut it.
I mean, here's the cut all along the foam. More better. That's hitting really good.
So it was the insulation.
Turn it up.
Turning up all the way.
That hits good. All right, now we got to do cabling. Now next, we need to cut this so that we have that connector on and give us enough cable to route the subwoofer behind that side because it won't fit on this side. It has to go behind that side. Put this in its final location first, figure out how that's going to go, and then we're going to cut that up and make our cables. Ideally, we want it on this side, but see the bolts? Those bolts actually make it difficult to put this in a good spot, so we're going to try it out. And see this thing? I ended up putting it in that hole. That kind of sort of worked. There it is. And then that should be enough.
You're most likely gonna run it all the way over the top.
Yeah, mostly we could do it over the top, over the back. It doesn't really
I
matter.
think the top's gonna be better because the back would probably have no room. Bottom, we're not gonna have zero room.
So let's get our cables. Can't go back after this.
Look at that, he broke his truck.
They do make kits, guys, so if you wanted to get like an extension cable, they do that. I'm not patient. I'm just gonna do it. Let's get this part done. All right, so that's our connection right there. Now we're gonna pull it out right there, run it out the back. Now it comes out over here. Deep focus. Now we gotta feed them through. Yeah, you have to pry. I won't break it. You're not gonna break it, just pry. Con huevos, cabrón. I don't speak Spanish.
It's so long.
Ow. Pull out the phone. Oh, that's right, there's one down there. I'm gonna feed it through here, and then hopefully I'll be able to just grab it. See? Oh, carefully. Oh, you're doing it. Oh, you're dead. Okay, now pop off the top. Yep, just like that. It's flexible, Ethan. So let's run it behind the tensioner. I think we're gonna have it pop out right at the end.
Yeah, like right here. Right there.
Tuck that back in and install it back for me, please. Let's turn it on, Ethan. Music. Musica. I hear it. Turn it up a little bit. That sounds good. Pump up the sheet. Okay, let's turn it on. Let's get the music on. It sounds good. It thumps now. So unfortunately, we lose the ability
To lift up our seats.
to lift up this seat. It won't lift up now, which blows. But I do want to do a different box.
I was supposed to access the tools.
Shit. All right, so I feel defeated by this fucking thing. Can't fit it on the seat. Can't use the stock one. We ended up relocating it to the middle. I know it's not ideal. You still lose some space and this box is bigger, but it gives me more ability to store stuff and I could put stuff on top of this one. I couldn't put stuff on top of the stock subwoofer and it was in the worst location. It made it difficult to access my tie down points. So I'm gonna be happier with this setup. I think next I'm gonna try to find a stock subwoofer from a 2015 or newer truck. See if I can fit that in here. The connector looks the same, so I'm hoping the connector is the same. If not, we'll splice it. Stay tuned for that, guys. Okay, so we struck out with the subwoofer box, an aftermarket box, so I wanted to try something different. And this is what we're gonna do. This right here is a subwoofer enclosure from a 2020. Yes, it is the BNO. I'm not sure if it's even gonna work, but we're gonna try it out because the connector looks the same. Look at that, that's the connector. That's the other connector. We're gonna try it out, see if it works. Hopefully it does.
What are you doing?
Hi, Ethan, you gonna help?
No.
First test is to see if this connection will work. It looks like it's the same connector, but we're about to find out. It looks like identical. Now we need to see if it'll work. And I gotta do this with DRM free music so I don't get a copyright strike. It's working. It sounds overdriven though.
Sounds bass boosted.
Let's see something. That sounds better. That sounds way better.
So what you're thinking is replacing the speaker?
That sounds like shit. I mean, it's hitting, but it's not hitting as loud. All right, so we did put it back in. I think we flipped the connectors, right?
We flipped the connectors.
And it sounds better.
Yeah.
Not sure. Let's play some music. And again, I got to go to DRM free music,
Uh-oh.
which for us, that's Epidemic Sound. Let's go to the drop.
It sounds better.
It's still not as loud as the other one.
It's still not as loud, but it sounds better than when we had it.
So maybe it'll sound better in its spot.
Maybe.
Let's try that out.
Okay.
Okay, so it's not hitting as hard. It is hitting. I'm wondering if the old sub's better than the new sub. I think we should take it off and find out, Ethan. Why not? We're taking it off to find out. Ooh, fancy. Just don't feel as big and heavy as the other one. Same size, it just doesn't hit as hard. Let's see the So this right here is the old Sony. Look at the size of this thing. Feels beefier. And
what'd you do?
that right there is the B&O. Look how small that magnet is by comparison. The question is, will it fit?
No. I don't think
That's too low. There we go, much better.
Yeah.
You're uneven.
Yeah, I am. That's what you get for cheap products.
All right, let's see if we want no fit. Let's give it a try.
No.
You hit bottom?
Yeah.
So let's make sure. So that's one.
That big of a gap. So what we're hearing is that speaker is probably most likely better.
Yeah, but how do we fit it?
Probably won't.
I mean, we could just try to drill it and figure something out. The question is it going to be worth it to do that?
No, probably not.
I don't think it's going to fit.
No.
It's not going to fit at all.
So that's not going to work. So I think we're going to have to try back in its correct spot and see if it'll just work with this sub. And if it's too low, then we got to figure out an aftermarket solution.
Or buy a better sub. Or buy a better this.
Well, that's what I'm saying, the aftermarket.
Okay, you got this.
So for those of you guys wondering, the old Sony systems have a better subwoofer. It will work with the new systems. It's not going to be as loud. Who knows? Maybe once it's in its position, it'll sound better. We got to find out.
Who knows? Maybe just older is better.
We could also get a shallow mounted subwoofer and see if that'll work.
Or you can just not.
Why don't you want to do any of these projects with me, Ethan?
Because it's not my car.
Well, where's your car right now, Ethan?
It's not lime green enough.
Where's your car right now, Ethan?
Stolen.
Bullshit, it's stolen.
It's stolen. The dealer took it.
We're like the dealer's raping my wallet, fixing it.
It's not as bad as mom's.
So bad.
It's not as bad.
Okay, let's get this in.
It's not as bad as the third Raptor.
So the challenge we have now is whatever's behind this is getting in the way because the seats are in a slightly different location.
If this is not built for a Gen 1.
It's not built for a Gen 1 at all. This is from a big truck. Let's try something.
Guys, make me do this extra
Go ahead and try it there, see if it'll come. No, it won't go there at all.
It's a little bit blocking.
Okay, let's put it back over here.
That's how it goes, right?
Yeah.
Guys.
So if we do that, that'll at least give us some space, and then we're just dealing with the corner over here.
No, that's not the problem, too. We have to lift up the seat and lift at the bottom.
If it goes up, which it's being blocked a little bit right now, can you see what's...
So from the looks of it, it's the top of it. It's this and up.
So if this gets over more, it might work.
Mm-hmm.
Let's take off the liner and figure out what's going on. They wanted to try this tool out, and it works great.
So what's blackie? Oh.
What is that?
Wait, hold on. Let me... Yep. Black cable right there.
Oh, it's the motor to...
The back window. If we didn't have this...
Yeah. We could unbolt this and move it over.
I don't want to do that.
Why not?
Because
Look, there's plenty of slack.
it sounds like a lot of work.
Let's do that.
No, it sounds like a lot of work.
I think we're going to do that. Let's
No,
go move it
let's
over.
not,
See if we can.
let's not do that.
So that right there is about as flush as it's going to get. It'll end up being like that. It fits, right?
Mm-hmm.
Up close.
Oh, what was that?
That looks like it fit.
Yeah.
It feels like it fit.
Mm-hmm. It looks like it.
It's tight, but it fit. Okay, next test. Let's see how it sounds.
It's shaking the whole cab. Sit in the seat.
I can feel it, but does it sound good? Close your door. So let's get some bass going.
It's hot in here.
Okay. You said it was hot.
Are you serious?
What do you think this was for? You said it was hot.
Way to milk a sponsor.
It's not hot anymore, right? It's some nice airflow.
Well, since I'm here, now it's super hot.
Oh, shut up. I think I see the drawback. He's toy, so we gotta move this over completely. And the question is now, where do we put that?
And I only need one of them. You can do it.
It's gonna be too small of a hole.
As long as it's in there, man. Like, it's just, don't worry about it.
Did you just go, as long as it's in there, man?
Yeah, let's just not worry about it. I have technical difficulties finding this hole.
I hate this.
What? Just slide it in.
So you guys can see, we moved it over to the side. Yes, I know it's only held by one bolt. That may not work anymore, but we'll deal with it.
Never open it.
Now we got that butt problem right there. We may have to cut that stupid thing. Well, let's give it a try. Spot.
It's the bump, yeah.
Yeah, that bump's fucking with us, but it's in there. It's sort of working. We're gonna break that at some point, though.
I don't know if those were there already.
Oh no, we broke that, huh?
We broke it.
Yeah, that's the seat going into it. So that's another thing too. I think that's our limiting factor right there. May have to cut these on here.
No, what?
The other option too is we can probably get a little bit lower if I bolt this side down. If I bolt this side down, then it'll stay down.
Let's try it out.
push the back? Yes or no?
Go, try it now.
That looks pretty tight, doesn't it?
Mm-hmm. The only other way is probably cut that flap off.
Okay, let's get a box cutter. It's all cut out of the way. All right, let's see if we can tuck it in. Can you tuck it in that way or no? Will it tuck in at all?
No. Maybe we need to loosen it again.
Let's try it out.
I love how this fan got is great. It's working really well.
It is, right?
Yeah. Working so well. Oh my god.
Let's try it out. We got nowhere to secure it on that side.
No.
It's another major drawback. Okay, let's give it a try. Okay. It's in there?
Yeah, I think the thing went through it again, that clicking
Yeah, but
sound.
that's okay. I'm okay with that.
Yeah.
As long as it's in there.
Yeah.
It works. It works.
Yeah.
So it's not perfect.
Nowhere near.
It's not ideal.
No.
It's also not going to be as loud.
Nope.
But
Yeah.
you get our whole floor space back. All of it.
Yay.
And that's a big deal.
Woohoo.
I'm not worried about the grill getting smashed by that. If that starts making a ton of noise, I may shave that, save some of that metal off, cut it off. But I think we're going to be okay for now. I think this is a good experiment. It's a good, cheap way to do it without any major mods. It's a good way to get the fridge in. The fan's doing a good job of keeping us cool.
It's not because I'm just too hot.
Why are you taking my jokes, Ethan? All right, guys, so that's it for this video. I know it's not a perfect solution. I know it's not the best option, but it works. It works, and it allows you to get your floor space back on the truck. If you want to look at parts, we ended up spending about $25 and getting that subwoofer. But the cool thing is you can do this for about $100 plus the cabling, to extend that stock cable and all that stuff, and it plugged right in. F250s, F350s, 450s, F150s, they all use the same subwoofers from 2015 on. So I think any of those will work as long as it doesn't have the B&O amp on it. If it has a B&O amp on it, don't get those. They only work with B&O systems. This one did not have the B&O amp, and it worked pretty good. Question or comments below, guys. I know it's not perfect, but it's going to work for what we want to do. Maybe down the road, we'll do a full audio system for the truck, but that's for another video, because if we go that route, we're doing a whole screen, a whole new radio, a whole new amp. We're going to go wild if we go that route.
Sorry?
This should be good. Yeah, you're going to help too. We're going to do it all ourselves.
No.
This should be good for now, guys. Questions or comments below. Please consider subscribing. Thanks for watching.